Hey everyone, welcome to another news breakdown where we get to find out who the true god of SHODO-O really is here on SODOPOP. Alright, as always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos, and today, we're definitely going to be talking about the Kamen Rider Candy Toy News blog that revealed all the SHODO-O stuff. But we also have some Kira Major news, some shodo-x Kira Major 2 news, and it is here, like, in hand. The only reason they did a blog post for it was because it was about to be released and I have it now. So we get to see the wave distribution. But, like I said before that, we have some Kamen Rider stuff to get to. And it is very, very interesting. So yeah, let's just dive into it. We have the, and this is what it's called, the Chronicle Kamen Rider Gaim Genesis Rider set. Everywhere else gets translated as Kamen Rider Gaim Genesis Slider set for some reason, but this is the Genesis Rider set, and it's going to come with the 3 Genesis Riders that do not appear in the retail release, because this is Premium Bandai. Oh no, we're starting early. So, as a part of Gaim's whole, or Bandai's whole 3-year Gaim plan, this is one of the first items to roll out, so let's just take a look at these things. Obviously, this figure here, Duke, is, just the armor, at least, is reused mold from Baron, but they did want to mention that, hey, you've got all the soda grains, they call them the soda grains, in the armor itself, and I really like the look of this lemon armor anyway, just because of that bright, beautiful cape. We also got our looks at Marika, who, once again, has those soda grains, but she has them in the eyes this time, because here, with Duke, he had stickers over it, but Marika gets a fully painted face at least, so I really appreciate that. Same with Sigurd. Now, these really are the only images we got outside of, like, hey, you can pose them with the other things that you're gonna be buying and paying too much money for. So it's really neat, you know, you got all this brand synergy, and once again, for the next 3 years, this is the plan. So yeah, anyway, these all come together and work really well with Zangetsu. This retails in Japan for 5280 yen. The pre-orders are up now on Premium Bandai, or you can go to Toku Lectables, and they are finally carrying some Premium Bandai Kamen Rider SHODO items. Finally, it's about $80, and you do have to pay up front, so do keep that in mind. I'm a big dumb idiot because they released their pre-orders the day after, and I got so scared that nothing like that would happen, so I pre-ordered it from a middleman already, and I feel very dumb and bad. So don't feel very dumb and bad by going into the links in the description to pre-order yours now. Once again, we are not sponsored, but hey, you know, it'd be really nice if you could. But go purchase these now. We have to let him know that Kamen Rider SHODO is viable in his shop. Otherwise, we won't get opportunities like this again. And also, I guess you could get the CSM belt there if you would like. It is apparently, this is not SHODO news, I know. It is apparently the official place to get the Bluefin belt of the CSM Gaim driver, so get it there. That is the place to go. Toku Lectables. Go there. Anyway, that's not all that the Kamen Rider blog gave us. They gave us this wonderful look at what's coming up for SHODO-O 5, and it is a lot of this guy! So of course, it makes complete sense that we would be completely reusing the X-Aid mold that we got from, one of the latest shodo-x reveals. I believe it's 11. And yeah, it's filled with him. I've got tons and tons of pictures of, Genom level, I think this is 2, Genom level 0, and then the zombie gamer, and then the other zombie gamer. So you get 4 figures. Now this is, you know, SHODO-O 5 is going to be a set of 7 figures total, and there is no accessory set. So all of the weapons you're seeing here, these all come, weapons and hands, these all come with the figures themselves. So that's really nice. And once again, you're getting 4 of him. If you order just a set of these, you're getting 4 of him. And that's just your life now. Also, these sickles, they are painted, obviously, but there is not pictured a combined version with the arrow that they just did not show us a picture of. And I'm not entirely sure why, but, you know, whatever. We'll see it eventually. I'm patient. At least we know about it. They told us about it, and I'm very excited for it. So if you are a Gaim fan, this is the wave for you. I believe pre-orders are going up soon, if they aren't up already. So just keep an eye out on Ami and HLJ. The links will be in the description if I do end up finding them as this video goes up. Or if you want to head on into our Discord, we have a channel dedicated to finding when pre-orders go up so you can get your hands on these. But that is not all that comes in this set. Because we have this very beautiful looking Joker Undead. This is, you know, completely new mold, and something relatively new or something relatively uncommon for Shodo to do is the clear visor over the head. They really wanted to get that point across because there is detailing, like painted detail, underneath the visor, and I think it looks so good. This is once again part of the Blade coverage, and I gotta be honest with you, haven't watched Blade, so I really thought this dude was from O's, and I was really disappointed when, when it wasn't. But it does look good. Another thing they did want to note about this guy is that he is so spiky. They noted that, hey, Shodo, that is 15 and up. That is aimed at kids 15 and up. So we are able to have these very sharp edges on him. So I really appreciate. And coming into this next figure, you would think that this next guy is just a mold reuse, but this is the albino Joker. And if you notice, like, he looks very similar, but that's just because he is the mirror image of this guy. So what that means is that they could not reuse the mold for this. They had to mold an entirely new figure just to make this happen. So, mad props. Major props to them for doing that. I really like the look of this thing, and I'm very excited to see this. Apparently, the sickle, I had erroneously said that it is one of his signature weapons or something, but someone had corrected me on Twitter to say that this sickle only ever showed up in the scans and never actually showed up in the movie, apparently. This is second-hand, third-hand, maybe, knowledge. Once again, I have not watched Blade, but it looks cool. I like the look of it. D-Man is actually a really big fan of Kamen Rider Blade, so there's no wonder that we are getting these two figures. And then also, to round out the rest of the cast, we have Liangle. He looks fantastic, and for some reason, Google Translate decided to let us know that they wanted to get across the plumpness of this character, and I don't quite understand what that means. He is a new mold when you compare him to everyone else, and he does seem to have a bit less, I guess, leanness to him. There are a lot less wrinkles, like he's filling out the suit a little more potentially. I'm not 100% sure, but since they had to mold a completely new figure, I don't know, man. Why not? It looks good. I appreciate it, and I'm glad we're finally finishing up our Shodo versions of the Blade Riders. If only we could get there for all of the Ryuki Riders, because apparently those have just stopped happening. Anyway, this looks very good. Really happy about this. You can maybe pre-order these soon. Like I said, I'll leave links in the description. If not, head over to the Discord. Anyway, this is it for Kamen Rider this week. Let's move on in to Hera Major. And like I said, I do have these in hand. What the blog never decides to tell us is what the wave layout is. We've known this for a while, and I have not seen like a second image to back it up. I didn't know if there was a variation in this wave, but here is the wave layout. You see we're getting 3 silvers, we are getting 2 halves, or wait, we're getting 2 of each half of Garza, so you're basically getting 2 Garzas, 2 accessory sets, and 3, count them, 3 minions. I love it. I finally get a good amount of army buildable figures. So this absolutely is one of my favorite distributions. And hey, the silver, you can have one for the silver stripe version. You can do your best to recreate the black stripe version, and then maybe even make an evil version out of the third one. You only have the option for the silver stripe version of silver, but hey, you have extras if you want to, you know, mess around with that. There was not much in terms of new information for these guys, especially with silver. There was really no new information, but there's some very neat little tidbits about everything else. The Muddite specifically, there's a joint in the neck that allows them to slouch. Now, this was, I mean, it looks very effective. This was something that they wanted to get right with the silhouette, and it was an addition to this figure that they added way late in the game, because they did not know if they'd be able to, like, do it right, or I'm not entirely sure, but it was later in the game when they added this addition, and I think it works. It like gets the silhouette across, and I'm very happy with it. Also, like I said, we have a little tidbit for Garza as well. Apparently in production, they had a different mold. They just had a different mold earlier, and they were like, yeah, you know what? This ain't working. Let's throw out the original one entirely and make a new one. They shrunk the head up a little bit. They rearranged the joint layout on the shoulder pad. We'll get to that in a bit. The chest, I believe, is shrunken down a bit. They gave the front skirt, they gave that a hinge. And then I think they either lengthened, yeah, they lengthened the legs. So, like, all in all, it seems like what they're trying to represent here in this image is that there are proportional differences. Specifically, he is potentially shorter than what originally they were intending to do, but I'm very excited that they gave us this original prototype. We rarely, if at all, get something like this, so I'm so happy to see something so behind the scenes like this. Anyway, like I said, with the shoulder pads, you do have a second hole for the shoulder pad to sort of work on. Basically, it gives him extra range of motion because those do tend to clatter with the head. Speaking of the head, he has a fully painted one, so that's really nice. I guess it is really only like 3 paint apps anyway. So I'm so glad they ended up doing this for us. That would have been a nightmare, an absolute nightmare as a sticker. So yeah, anyway, that is it for shodo-x 2, and honestly, that is it for me. That is actually it for SHODO-Pop for most of this week, actually. The news part is over. Now I'm getting into a little bit of the cleanup. Turns out that for the podcast this week, we had some audio recording issues, and Malunis just sort of sounds like a robot for some reason. I don't know if you guys want to listen to that at all. We may or may not post the audio of it, but we are going to re-record a fresh version of that episode and probably have it up next week, because next week there is no news. The Soda blog let us know that there's going to be no news, at least on the Kamen Rider side, for next week. I don't know if other candy toy items are going to be revealing things, because Shodo Super just sort of happens when it happens, so I don't know if they're taking a week off, but we here at SHODO-Pop, for the most part, we're going to take it a little easier this week and next. I'm still trying to have a review out of these guys from book 1, but outside of that, you know, we've got a lot of stuff churning, but we need a little break, so we're gonna take one. So this is gonna be the last video for a little bit. Just look forward to more potentially next week. I don't know, somewhere in between you'll be seeing our faces, hopefully. Anyways, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this episode, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Tell me in the comments down below what you're most excited about. And then also, while you're down there, there are links to how you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement by donating money, signing petitions, and watching videos. There's a playlist down there and at the end card of this video full of videos that donate their ad revenue to the Black Lives Matter movement. It's donating without you actually having to have money. And that's great for people like me. So, do that. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Keep it. Hell yeah.